To Canada and politics, the NDP leader Jagmeet Singh's accusation that a Bloc Québécois MP is racist has boiled over into a second day of tense exchanges in Ottawa.
I've seen a lot of older white men fail upwards again and again.
Jagmeet Singh just might be racist, and this accusation leans heavily on a single statement that has caused serious speculation among Canadian citizens. During a speech meant to highlight systemic privilege and inequity, Singh boldly declared, "I've seen a lot of older white men fail upwards again and again." Critics argued that Singh's comment was offensive and hypocritical, given his long-standing position as an advocate for equality and inclusion.
Okay, hang on. You know what? I'm offended. Okay, he's a racist, I'm an old white guy, and he has just offended me by calling me an old white guy. Now, we know that he's also really trying to call out President-elect Trump. But in the meantime, why doesn't he call out the 52-year-old Prime Minister of Canada, who's a white guy? You know, this is the kind of thing and the kind of bullshit that we've been putting up with for years, because this guy who's sitting there saying, hey, let's invoke change, he has had multiple times to change the government, but he is so greedy that he's only worried about his pension.
As we move forward, I'd like to ask you a quick favor to subscribe and like this video. It takes just a second and helps us so much. The fallout escalated when Singh refused to apologize, which eventually led to his removal from the House of Commons. While the statement was presumably aimed at critiquing societal patterns that enable certain demographics to ascend, despite repeated failures, its tone and wording were inappropriate. The controversy took an even more dramatic turn when Singh brought the sentiment into parliamentary proceedings. During a heated exchange, Singh referred to a Bloc Québécois member of Parliament as a racist, a claim he refused to take back. The Speaker of the House, citing parliamentary decorum and Singh's unwillingness to apologize, barred him from speaking during the session.
No, okay, we don't have unanimous consent, I'm afraid.
On social media, users debated the appropriateness of Singh's comments, with hashtags like One Singh Scandal and War NDP Downfall trending nationally. Although some people defended Singh, arguing that his comments were an honest critique of systemic privilege, the majority expressed disappointment and anger. The controversy didn't remain confined to the digital space. From Vancouver to Halifax, angry crowds gathered outside NDP offices and public venues where Singh was expected to appear.
You got something to say?
But for NDP leader Jagmeet Singh, this particular provocation went too far.
Was it me? Was it you? No. You sure? If it was me, I'd admit it, buddy. Was it you or not? If it was me, I'd admit it. What'd you say then?
Singh got up close, confronting two men after being insulted.
My word, you sure it's not you? No, 100%. You're a coward. You're not gonna say it to my face. That's what's up. Say what? If I said something like that to you, I'd admit it.
Protesters held signs bearing slogans like "Resign Now," "Hypocrisy Exposed," and "Jagmeet, Divider, Not Uniter." While the protests painted a clear picture of public anger, the numbers provided an even starker illustration of Singh's downfall. Polls conducted in the days following the controversy revealed an alarming decline in support for both Singh and the NDP. Young voters, Singh's strongest demographic, were abandoning the party in their numbers. A poll showed that approval ratings among voters aged 18-35 had declined by nearly 25%, but the fallout wasn't limited to younger demographics. The dropping poll numbers had immediate implications for the NDP. Political commentators warned that the scandal could lead to devastating losses in upcoming elections. The fallout from Jagmeet. Singh's controversial remarks did not stop at public outrage, but also affected the New Democratic Party. High-profile members of Parliament like Charlie Angus were among the first to openly criticize Singh's comments. Angus stated that Singh's remarks were divisive and harmful, and his critique, the whispers of discontent among party members, were legitimate, giving others the courage to step forward. As the internal discord grew, so did discussions of a potential leadership challenge. Reports surfaced that several members of Parliament were considering running against Singh, sensing vulnerability in his position. These whispers were further amplified when the NDP executive called an emergency meeting to address the crisis. Singh's ability to connect with voters also showed a significant decline. Once known for drawing crowds and engaging with diverse communities, Singh now faced empty rooms and less interest in his public appearances. Where his rallies were once heavily engaged by crowds, they were now marked by sparsely populated audiences. The press conference held by Jagmeet Singh was an opportunity to address the growing controversy, regain control of the narrative, and restore confidence in his leadership. Instead, it made things worse.
In that context, someone who votes against that is a racist, yes.
That didn't satisfy Singh, who claims Tarayan made a dismissive gesture towards him.
And I looked back and I saw that MP not only say no, but make eye contact with me and just kind of brush his hand, dismiss it. And in that moment, I got angry. I'll be honest, I got angry.
Observers noted Singh's hesitant demeanor throughout the event. Body language experts later analyzed his frequent pauses, fidgeting with notes, and lack of eye contact as signs of discomfort and uncertainty. The press conference quickly shifted to an intense grilling by the assembled media. Reporters, clearly prepared to challenge Singh, asked pointed questions. One journalist pressed Singh on why he refused to acknowledge the hurt his comments caused to the demographic in question. Another highlighted inconsistencies between his message of inclusivity and the divisive nature of his remarks. These questions left Singh visibly flustered, and his answers failed to provide clarity or reassurance. The climax of the press conference came when Singh doubled down on his original statement, stating that systemic change was necessary and refusing to issue an apology. The controversy also underscored a bigger challenge for progressive politics: how to address systemic inequalities without creating new divides. The scandal surrounding Singh's remarks offers important lessons about leadership, accountability, and unity in politics. First and foremost, it highlights the necessity for political leaders to choose their words carefully, especially when addressing sensitive topics. A failure to consider the broader implications of one's statements can result in unintended consequences that go far beyond the initial controversy. The controversy portrayed the value of unity in political movements. While Singh's remarks were likely intended to address systemic inequities, their divisive tone fractured both his party and the broader progressive coalition in Canada. For the NDP, the path forward will demand introspection, reform, and a renewed commitment to the values it seeks to represent. But do you think progressive leaders can effectively address systemic inequities without eliminating key demographics? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.